Sometimes learning can be hard, so hard that it feels like it isn't worth it. Let's fix that. Hello, and thank you to our Patreon supporters for making this video possible, because we have a Patreon now! Woo! Anyway, I hate learning, so I'm ending the channel. No. But can you imagine the views? Anyway, I bring it up because I guess it's kind of ironic. If you watch our videos, you might assume that the three of us have this wholesome, unconditionally loving relationship with learning. Like we were born with this unusually strong desire to figure stuff out. But I don't think that's true. Hello.
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 Okay, I have a question for you guys. Do you like learning?
Yes.
Yes, but.
Next question.
Continuing on that but. Do you actually like learning though?
Okay. So basically, I think I like the idea of being someone who likes learning, but like actually sitting and learning, like there are a lot of like asterisks on it.
I like being knowledgeable. I like being able to like have a conversation and be knowledgeable about topics. But to get to the point of being knowledgeable, that's pain.
Yeah, I do find that like sometimes a lot of the joys of learning are like locked behind like basically paperwork. I don't know how else to say it. I find it really difficult to get excited about learning things when you're taught facts and information in isolation.
Yeah, you want to apply it to the real world, you know?
Yeah. It's like a toast and butter. You got to put the facts on the toast of the world. You know what I mean?
You were making so much sense.
And then I made more sense, right?
It's kind of like the three of us exist in this weird space where we like the idea of learning, we like having learned something, but we don't like that unfortunately necessary bit in the middle. So today, in this video, we are going to figure out why learning is so hard, and hopefully, how to make it easier. This is gonna be a big one. The research for this question didn't take a few days or weeks. It took over a year, learning about learning through application.
We challenged ourselves to pursue little things, weird things, and things so big that we were kind of doomed to fail.
We documented the process and examined every step of the way.
Where do I start without a syllabus to guide me?
When do I find the time to read a 300-page book about olive oil?
Why keep going when I just want to play Minecraft?
We found all these little obstacles that have nothing to do with the thing we were trying to learn.
And everything to do with a faulty approach to learning itself.
One that we want to fix.
So, what did we find? Now I should say that this isn't going to be the be-all end-all of education issues. Race, class, culture can impact your approach, your access, your experience in learning because, as you know, we live in a society. However, these are the problems that we found ourselves struggling with the most. So here's why learning can be so hard. First, we need to understand how thinking works. A simple model of the mind has three parts: the collection of all the knowledge you've built up in your life, the sights, sounds, and situation around you, and the working memory. This is where elements from long-term memory and the environment are combined to better understand and interact with the world. In other words, thinking. Thoughts from this process that transfer to long-term memory for future use can be considered learning. While this process seems straightforward, it can fall apart in three major ways. Let's assume you're trying to figure out where grass comes from. If your long-term memory doesn't have enough related knowledge, your ability to learn weakens. This is because your energy is spent on the basics, like determining whether a fact is relevant or Googling the definition of a new word. You're building the paths connecting your environment in long-term memory to your working memory. Unfortunately, this slows progress on the thing you actually care about, making exploring unfamiliar territory frustrating instead of exciting. Common techniques to ease those frustrations are visual demonstrations, jokes, and personal stories. They can create a better, more memorable atmosphere for learning. But they can also serve as distractions, ones that shift focus away from the core goal, forming a tempting exit for people who may already want a way out. But suppose you have the background knowledge and determination you need. Applying that knowledge can still be a challenge. In school, your teachers were your educational GPS, narrowing the scope of the problem and controlling the pace of new information. Outside of that structure, it's easy to be overwhelmed by your own curiosity, seemingly trapped between an academic maze that costs $200 to enter, or hoping someone has made a simple video answering your question. So that's the problem, or at least part of it. It was honestly kind of weird seeing the frustrations that we felt for so long laid out so neatly on the pages in black and white. If the problem was so obvious, so well documented, why isn't more being done about it?
So we're doing something about it.
Melissa. So, secretly, we have actually been doing something about it this whole year, basically. We've been trying to solve these problems through our videos and making you lab rats.
Welcome, lab rats.
Okay, so problem number 1. As I mentioned before, the amount of long-term memory or general knowledge you have can limit the amount that you can learn. So this is your brain on limited long-term memory. This is your brain on answer in progress. Did I change slides? Yeah, I did. Big.
Many wrinkles.
And the reason why this is your brain on answer in progress is because we take an interdisciplinary approach. We're talking about all of these things so that we can help you build up like a kind of broader range of knowledge just by watching these videos. We aren't building out a niche, which some people would say is a bad strategy for growing out a YouTube channel, but who cares about that? I care about that. Please share this channel.
For the low price of 1 share, you can save 3 kids from getting real jobs.
Double thumbs up.
But the second problem is that when you're learning, you become the frustrated stock image man from Google. Oh no, learning is so hard. Sometimes, learning can be really dry because it's just a series of information that you have to memorize, and that can just be very boring. And so we're trying to solve this problem. So how do we do that? We do that by creating immaculate vibes. Wow. Oh. The process of discovery can be exciting in itself, as seen here from a documentary film called Phineas and Ferb. From mildly interested to wow. That is somebody enjoying learning. Basically what I'm saying is that learning theory in isolation can be dry. No longer wow. However, interesting applications of that theory can become wow. For example, machine learning ethics may be pretty dry. Deciding who to hit with a train, very interesting.
Learning alone can be lonely.
Learning alone can be lonely. Nice.
The dramatic pause.
In our videos, we try to take you along this chaotic journey of learning. And boy, it's chaotic, but we try our best to follow some sort of scientific method. We start with an observation, olive oil fraud. Then we ask a question, what is olive oil fraud?
And can we do it?
We do some research, and well, this is where things get interesting, or sad, depending on if you're you or us. And even if we fail, we still learn something along the way. Because really, it's the process of discovery where the real learning happens.
So, that's how we are trying to solve this. This presentation, I envisioned it as a way to clarify what we're doing. I'm not entirely confident we got there, but I hope you understood. So here's the dream. Step 1, we make a neighborhood of nerds who love learning, who love discovery. Step 2, we just keep doing that, I guess. And step 3, profit.
Nice.
But like actually.
Wait, what did this slide do in this presentation?
Who put this screenshot of our Patreon page, patreon.com/answer in progress?
What was that? Patreon.com/answer in progress?
You're such a bad actor, it's outrageous.
That was the dumbest thing I have ever done.
Do you think people got it? I think people get it.
This YouTube channel has had an identity crisis like every 2 years. but I'm kinda hoping that this is the one that sticks. Because learning to love learning, really embracing that, has been a problem I've cared about my whole life. I've got one of those quirky brains that you need to trick into functioning. But that's just me. Melissa and Taha have their own reasons for why they're doing this, why we're doing this.
For me, one of the things that I think Answer in Progress is about, and one of the reasons why I really care about it, is that there is so much information online. Like, there is no point in human history that we have had this much access to the collective human knowledge. What we're trying to do is like distill parts of this like huge body of work that's just out there on the internet into these like small interesting things that people can actually learn from.
Answer in Progress just makes me excited to want to learn more things. Maybe it's because like we've kind of started to build this little community amongst the three of us.
Like a byproduct of posting things on the internet and having a comment section that people can like provide feedback and thoughts to, is that it's not just the three of us. It's, I think, 500,000 now?
It's wild! It's
pretty crazy. One thing that I'm really excited about is like when I was learning in school, even when the topics were interesting, I felt like there wasn't any point in learning anything that wasn't going to be tested. And I'm really excited to like, if I start researching a tangent and exploring a tangent, to be able to give myself the permission to just continue to go deep into that tangent and learn about it and find interesting things about it and then tell everyone on the internet is like such a fun, continuous, huge online collaborative group project that will just never end.
So that's it. That's who we are. That's what we're doing. And if you like it, if you believe in it, then share this video with a friend. Share this channel with a friend. And if you have a couple dollars to spare every month, you can also support our Patreon, because we have a Patreon now. Ta-da! In case you don't know, Patreon is a platform that lets you pledge a certain amount of money to a creator every month to help them keep doing what they're doing. If you support us on Patreon, not only do you help us continue to make videos, but you also get an exclusive podcast, behind-the-scenes footage, and other chaos. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, the benefits are fun, but they're not highly produced because we don't want to put all of our energy behind a paywall. The goal is to keep making stuff for this channel, for anyone to see. And if you want to help us keep doing that, keep answering interesting questions in ambitious ways, and honestly paying the bills, then support us on Patreon. It's linked in the description, but either way, have a lovely day.